Spider-Man movies are always fun, but a whole new dimension of excitement will arise if the iconic Ultimate Spider-Man gets an ultimate transformation on the silver screen. With a rich history spanning over a decade in the pages of Marvel's Ultimate Spider-Man comic series, the time has come for fans to witness the ultimate adaptation of Peter Parker's extraordinary journey. Just in case you're not aware, Ultimate Spider-Man is this awesome superhero comic book series that Marvel Comics brought to life from 2000 to 2011. It's like a fresh, updated take on the classic Spider-Man stories we all love, thanks to Marvel's Ultimate Marvel imprint. Think of it as Spider-Man's cool new outfit in a group of other revamped Marvel heroes like the Ultimate X-Men, Ultimate Fantastic Four, and the Ultimates. After losing his parents at a young age, Peter Parker grew up as a bit of a loner, a smart science whiz living in Queens, New York. Things took a turn during a field trip to a science lab when a special spider gave him some extraordinary spider-like powers: super strength, speed, agility, stamina, toughness, and crazy reflexes. Plus, he could climb walls and had a sixth sense to sense danger. At first, he thought about using these powers for his own benefit, but when a thief he could have stopped earlier ended up killing his uncle, Peter was filled with guilt. To make amends for his role in his uncle's death, he decided to become the masked hero, Spider-Man. Now, he's all about using his abilities for good. This means juggling his high school life, his job as a web designer at the Daily Bugle, his romance with Mary Jane Watson, looking after his widowed aunt, and, of course, his double life as Spider-Man. He's taking on all sorts of superpowered and regular bad guys in New York City, all while dealing with the general public's skepticism and even the police's suspicion. It's a lot on his plate, but Peter's up for the challenge. Ultimate Spider-Man swung into action in 2000 with Mark Bagley, a seasoned Spider-Man artist, and writer Brian Michael Bendis at the helm. They took a brief 11-page origin story and transformed it into a whopping 180 pages spread across 7 issues. This dynamic duo kept the creative juices flowing until issue number 111, when Mark Bagley passed the torch to Stuart Immonen. Surprisingly, the series became a massive hit, with approximately 20 million copies flying off the shelves worldwide. Readers and critics alike showered it with praise, applauding Bendis' storytelling, Bagley's and Immonen's artwork, and the fresh take on the classic Spider-Man tale. Bendis and Bagley's run on Ultimate Spider-Man also made history, holding the record for the longest continuous collaboration on a Marvel comic series, beating even the legendary Stan Lee and Jack Kirby on Fantastic Four. After issue number 133, the series got a reboot, still under Bendis' pen, but with art by David LaFuente. However, this relaunch didn't stick around for long. It returned to the original numbering with issue number 16, or number 150 for the math wizards out there, before eventually coming to an end at issue number 160. But fear not, it was reborn as Ultimate Comics Spider-Man, featuring a new Spidey, Miles Morales, and the artistic talents of Sarah Pichelli. And here's a fun fact: the first edition of Ultimate Spider-Man number 1 is a real collector's gem, highly sought after, and considered one of the most valuable comic books in the modern age. It only makes sense that the most valuable comic books should receive faithful adaptations, just like we've witnessed with various Spider-Man movies incorporating key elements from the comics. In Sam Raimi's 2002 Spider-Man film, we can see a lot of inspiration drawn from the Ultimate comics. For instance, we have Peter Parker attending high school with both Harry Osborn and Mary Jane Watson, with Mary Jane initially being unsure about dating Harry, much like her Ultimate counterpart. She also lives with her troubled family, including an abusive father and a depressed mother. The film also features Peter getting his powers from a genetically altered spider during a school field trip, which mirrors the Ultimate comics. Norman Osborn's character is busy developing a serum for creating super soldiers and eventually injecting himself with it to become the Green Goblin, though it's portrayed as an alternate personality rather than a complete transformation. You'll notice Flash Thompson taking on Peter after being humiliated at school, and Peter, following a negative experience at a wrestling exhibit, decides to let a burglar escape, echoing his actions in the comics. Furthermore, the Green Goblin's threat to drop Mary Jane from the Brooklyn Bridge rather than Gwen Stacy as seen in the mainstream universe, and his fixation on forming an alliance with Spider-Man are all nods to the Ultimate comics. In the 2004 sequel, Spider-Man 2, we can see more nods to the Ultimate Comics. For instance, Peter Parker is not in a romantic relationship with Mary Jane Watson due to his responsibilities as Spider-Man, although the key difference is that he hasn't revealed his true identity to her at that point. Dr. Octavius, who works for Oscorp to fund his experiments, mirrors his Ultimate counterpart. He also has a wife named Rosalita, affectionately called Rosie in the film. Additionally, Doc Ock's attire includes a brown trench coat, which is reminiscent of his look from a few issues in the Ultimate Comics. In an interesting twist, an unused concept from earlier versions of the film's script reveals that Dr. Octavius is the creator of one of the genetically altered spiders featured in the first film. He even provides Peter with an antidote in case Peter ever decides to remove his own powers. These subtle adaptations from the Ultimate Comics help give the movies a unique and familiar touch for fans of the original series. Mark Webb's 2012 film, The Amazing Spider-Man, draws on various elements and aesthetics from the Ultimate Comics. These include Peter Parker's personality, his fateful spider bite at Oscorp, and the portrayal of Flash Thompson as a basketball player rather than a football player. We also see Peter storming away from a conversation with Uncle Ben about his father and the importance of responsibility, mirroring moments from the Ultimate Comics. Additionally, the film features Peter allowing a thief to steal from a convenience store, Gwen and Peter dating during high school, and Gwen even coming to Peter's defense against Flash, albeit non-violently. The visual inspirations for the Lizard and Police Captain George Stacy are drawn from their Ultimate comic counterparts. In the 2017 Marvel Studios film Spider-Man: Homecoming, we see several elements borrowed from the Ultimate Comics. For instance, Peter Parker and Aunt May are portrayed as more conventionally youthful. Tony Stark takes on the role of Peter's mentor, which extends to a father-son figure relationship, and he even sports armor similar to his Ultimate incarnation. Flash isn't initially a fan of Spider-Man in the film, but rather curious about the hero, much like the Ultimate Comics. Ned Leeds is inspired by the Ultimate Comics character Genki Lee, and Miles Morales' uncle Aaron Davis is depicted as being involved in illegal activities. A memorable scene in the film features criminals wearing plastic masks of the Avengers members during a bank robbery, which is based on a panel from issue number 42 of the Ultimate Comics titled Temptations. The 2019 film Spider-Man: Far From Home draws inspiration from the relationship between Peter and Nick Fury in the Ultimate Comics. However, Fury is portrayed as being a lot less warm to Peter in the film compared to their comic book counterparts. Additionally, a post-credits twist reveals that the Nick Fury in the film was actually Talos the Untamed in disguise. These adaptations and nods to the Ultimate Comics enrich the cinematic portrayal of Spider-Man and his world. Now, these movies have incorporated a few small elements here and there, but the whole comic hasn't been adapted yet, and a comic with this many iconic things deserves a faithful movie or two of its own. Well, that's it for today. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section. Make sure that you like and subscribe to our channel for more amazing videos. Thanks for watching the video, and we'll see you at the next one.